Welcome to OK Press TV, also known as Nolly History Television. Please subscribe to my channel. Thank you. On this channel, we talk about old movies, very old, vintage Nigerian movies from the era of living in bondage. I love old Nollywood movies. They say old is gold. From that era to the era of Rattlesnake in 1995. Yeah, this movie was released in 1995 featuring Kemowo and Francis Duru. Ritual was released somewhere between 1996 and 1997 featuring Peter Lucia, Charles Okafor and Kanayo Okanayo. It was a movie that exposes the ills in the society. And then we talk about movies like Neka, The Pretty Serpent. This movie was released in the mid 90s. A classic Igbo movie, like very classic, like nothing can take that away. Glamour Girls was released in 1996, featuring Zakoji, Shola Fosudo, Les Benson, Ukera Anunobi, and a whole lot of top actresses. Slave was released in 1999, directed by the late Chico Ejiro. It was a Grand Touch Pictures presentation. Like classic movies, man. Scores to Settle was released in 1998 by Great Movies Industries Limited, featuring Richard Murphy Damijo, Liz Benson, and Omotala Jalede Ekende. Karishika was the first Nollywood horror film I enjoyed that scared me. Followed by End of the Wicked, released in 1999 by Liberty Films, written by Lady Apostle Helen Okpabio and directed by Teku Benson. Egg of Life was released into the early 2000s by OJ Production, featuring Peter Duce, Kiri Sivanus, and a whole lot of other superstars. Super Love was released in those era of love movies by Ramsey Noah, Emeka Ike, Genevieve, and all that beautiful movies of those days. Taboo was another classic Igbo movie, very classic Igbo movie, featuring Oswafia, Kenneth Okonkwo, and Sam Loco. But we've come a long way in the industry. Nigeria don't try. Those days when it was known as Nigerian film before it transitioned to Nollywood. Mark of the Beast, released in 1999. That was a hit movie too. Igodo was released in 1999 as well, featuring Peter Luce, Charles Okafor, Norbert Young, and a whole lot of beautiful actors back when. Oracle was released in 1998, featuring Peter Luce, Sento B, Charles Okafor, Ejika Siegbu, and the late Enebele Leboa. Yeah, Ijele was a 1999 production by Great Movies Industries Limited. The film was written by Sonny Collins, one or two of Great Movies. Very classy movie, man. Very classy movie. In 1996, Domitila was released, featuring young girls with a hustle, Kate Henshaw, Sandra Chumps them. And then in 2000 or more, Great Movie released this evergreen movie, Evil Forest. Very touching. The soundtrack mad, featuring Peter Lucia, Hidado Cubo, and Bratbo. Patience Azopo was on this one, Kiri Sivanus, and Genevieve Naji. And taking it back a little bit to 1997, Most Wanted. Hey, if you need to watch this movie, featuring Regina Askia and the rest. Conspiracy in 1999. This movie will not be here. Conspiracy needs to be brought back. Like, man, featuring Onyekonwenu that year. Suicide Mission 1998 production, released in 1998 by Great Movies Industries Limited, featuring RMD and Regina Askia. Sakobi was released in 1997, I think, featuring Saint Obi and what was her name again? Susan Patrick. Yeah, that was a classic one. And in the early 2000s, I think in the year 2000, Organigo was released. Yes, Organigo was released in the year 2000. Karishika 97, 90, 96, 97. These are hit movies back to back. Narrow Escape was released in 1998, featuring Peter Luce, Sento B, and Kemowo, and lots more. Peter Bono Jr. Everybody did that movie. Yeah. Real Nollywood fans, real Nigerian film fans would agree with me that the industry have come a long way, and I feel they should be doing better, because I cannot possibly compare the type of movies we used to see in those days to what they dish out now. And in those days, the storyline was tight. There was no much technology. They were still managing and putting out these classics that we enjoy till tomorrow.
And then everything, they have everything now, and yet the new practitioners in the industry, everything just cast. They are not doing better than their predecessors, which is pretty disappointing. But that shouldn't stop us from at least supporting the industry. There are a lot of movies that I cannot even find on the internet that were classic movies back then. Talking about movies like Boomerang. It's not the new Boomerang, though. It's not the one you will search on YouTube and you will see. This one is not even on YouTube or anywhere on the internet. This one was produced, it was released in 1998, starring Pat Atta and the late Peter Bono Sr. Peter Bono Jr. was also on that movie. Movies like Payback, Flashback, Set Up, Unholy Desire, Slave, Widow. Not the new Widow. There was this Widow that was released in 1999, starring Olu Jacobs and Onyeka Onwenu. That movie, not as in, it's too classy, man. Those movies are nowhere to be found on the internet. Then into the early 2000s, we had movies like Cracked featuring Genevieve Nnaji. We had Last Prophets. We had Sins of the Father in 1999 film. We had J featuring Omotala Jalade. We had Vuga. I've been looking for these movies on the internet, but they are nowhere to be found. When I was young, I had big dreams of being an actor. I wanted to be an actor. I wanted to be a filmmaker. I wanted to be everything. Then I was still 11 or 12 years old, or I used to have a notebook where I put down lists of movies. Like, man, please, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, kindly do subscribe and watch out.